Thor runs in and gets deleted immediately here. Hela in the air. Big shot coming in from Iron Man. He will clean out the 3 in the front line. Hela's shelling down as well. Iron Man keeping up the firepower as multiples keep dying off. The shields are enough. He comes in for a big shot. He's going to clear out 3 of them. And then, of course, with Adam Warlock bringing in more targets, we are going to snowball them hard. Welcome to another video. I have a comp idea that I want to try here, and we're going to try it out this match. And it's inspired by our Spider-Man in the last match. So let's go ahead and start building out our composition. We're going to need a Hela and we're going to need Spider-Man. Sadly, they are not offered to us at the moment, but that's a-okay. Let's go ahead and just build a comp for now to be pretty strong in the early game. And I think this comp is going to be pretty good. The idea is to build up Iron Man and use Spider-Man's inting abilities to our advantage. Will it be good? I don't know. That is not what I meant to build, but that's all right. That's okay. Let's go ahead and grab these. Let's put Loki back here, put Thor in the front, Squirrel Girl, Black Panther. Okay, we got our front line all nice and good to go. And we'll go from here. So Squirrel Girl, we're going to try and buff out. And then we're going to try and change our hero out with a couple of duelists. So we're looking for both Spider-Man, and we're looking for Iron Man on our choices. For now, though, Loki should be good to go, and the idea is that Spider-Man runs in and dies, Iron Man will start building up his ultimate based on his charges, and then we have the Hela effect, where if Hela has her team up, she can respawn Thor and Loki. So we're going to try and use that to our advantage, and see how that goes. Don't want either of these. We can definitely pick up Squirrel Girl and her damage. Yes, that's a good call right there. And then when we get a little bit of money, we'll start switching out some compositions, and we'll see how it goes. Now, the only problem with this is I probably have to wait until level 6 before I can start changing out my stuff. So maybe I just stick with this comp right now to avoid taking too much damage. Now, in theory, when this occurs, I will be putting myself in a situation where I have a hefty amount of DPSs. I'm going to have a Hela, I'm going to have an Iron Man, and I'm going to have a Spider-Man. And then I'll keep the rest of these comps here, right? So we will be heavy on DPS, so we're going to continue building up DPS right now as we continue to adjust. And I promise I'll do like a Vanguard or a tank build in the future. Because I know my last couple of videos have been very DPS heavy. But I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be alright. I think we're gonna do great. Maybe. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Okay, so this fella across the street has a couple of frontliners already, looking pretty strong. Ooh, actually pushed my Iron Fist straight into my Loki for some heals. But we get cooked overall. Okay, so I'm probably gonna ride out this loss streak here in the early game. Bro, there's so many people in Aegis that just don't have any good aim. Like, look at this. Look at this, man. This guy's getting destroyed on. If this was a real match, I'd be beating them. They miss everything. They miss everything. Okay, protocol number 3. Charge acceleration, no, 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 no. $28. That'll put us at 10, 38, 45. We can actually spend $1 here. Let's go ahead and change out our hero. Choose our duelist. Ooh, not really the offers we're looking for, is it? We'll go ahead and pick up this for now, and then we'll switch that out with Captain America. Yeah, yeah, there we go. All right, so everything's all good. I might want to actually pull all these guys back and see what happens. Try and get a little bit of healing at the front, maybe negate some of that damage coming my way. Might need to move my Squirrel over here. Good heals. Wolverine trying to cook, but not having the best success so far. I actually might want to move up my damage dealers a little bit instead of being in the back right corner, so we can take better advantage of Loki, and they don't have to travel as far. That travel distance is going to be hurting a lot more than you would think, so let's go ahead and fix that real quick. Let's get Loki up here, Wolverine. Attack speed enhancements, we're chilling. We're at $44. We're almost there. Let's go ahead and put you up here, put you up here. Iron Fist here and put you there, right? That should get the job done. Yeah. Up in the front line, he puts his rune down, gives good heals. And then we still want to find our duelist, but we're about to be over $50. And remember, at 6 where we get a birth upgrade, so we just want to have Iron Man before that happens. That's my goal. So next turn, we'll start looking for our Iron Man as we try to play really efficient.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
They have a more comp over there. Solid healing from Loki. And we run over our opponents. What was our opponents running? They died so fast, I didn't even see what they were doing. Frozen Fireball? He's also going multiple assassin. Wait, no. That's my comp, isn't it? Oh, I just saw. You can't really see what the opponent is running on this. Usually you can see like a guy on the far left, like in TFT and whatnot. Okay, let's check now. Yeah, he's 5 DPS and oh, 6 DPS. Okay, all right, bud. All right, you do you. Okay, change hero, change duelist. We're looking for Iron Man and Spider-Man. Neither showed up. Let's go ahead and try one more time. Iron Man or Spider-Man? Are you kidding me? Got both of them here. Iron Man's more important at the moment. Let's go ahead and switch him in. We'll put him in over Black Panther. And then we'll get Spider-Man later on. Spider-Man I want because of the Squirrel Girl team up. How are we doing on cash? Okay, we're at 50 right now. We'll go ahead and grab both of these, start building them up. We'll be over 50 on the next turn. And then we can get, hopefully, Spider-Man. What we do need is for Iron Man to
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
give us what we're looking for first. Oh, I also wanted Hela too. Hopefully I wasn't offered Hela. I'm sure one of you will yell at me if I was offered Hela originally. Ouch! We got cooked there. Bopped. Okay. All right. Next is going to be our PvE phase. We are hoping that we will be offered Hela or Spider-Man. We got Spider-Man, so that's good. Let's grab him. We're going to put him over Iron Fist? Yes. Put him in the front. Okay, and then we're hoping for an Iron Man ultimate ability to come my way. And then we still want to look for Hela, which we can do now. Change hero, choose duelist. Any Helas? No Helas currently. Let's try one more time. There she is. Okay, put her in over Wolverine? Correct. Okay, this is our final comp that we're looking for. Okay. So funny. Spider-Man actually does okay against PvE, but nothing else. Okay, we want to roll for Iron Man ults. We don't find any Iron Man ults, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and grab Soul Reaper. We'll let Hela get nice and strong. And then we can find Iron Man in about 12 turns. So Spider-Man's kind of just filling the cannon fodder right now. Now we're going to start looking for our upgrades in general. We're going to be taking our reds and trying to build up to level 10 where applicable. And usually around 20 is where we start feeling a little bit better. Because we do have a Thor and Loki, we can also build some purples too to help us out with the lat game. So attack speed's going to help out. For us, we don't care about reducing enemy damage output right now, mostly because I want to save our $50 for my next round. Okay. Yes, grab those two. Reduce enemy damage output by 2%. Yes, please. I'm actually going to go ahead and spend my money here and attempt to just get a little bit stronger, right? Want to try and get our reds and purples in. Funny enough, we actually didn't get offered too much here. Kind of getting bodied on our rolls. Health expansion, reduce ally hero damage taken. Sure, we'll go ahead and lock those in. Let's fix our positioning. There we go. Bring these guys back.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Cool. And we want Loki and Thor to potentially die in the early game here, and we want Hela to try and get resets with her picks, right? That's the hope with this composition. And it looks like it's working out pretty well, actually. Perfect. Okay, so we got a couple of reses coming in from our girl Hela. And I think this comp might actually work out. My only big worry right now is big AoE might be a bit too destructive, but we can deal with that later on. Okay, let's grab those two. We have a roll. We're looking for a red or a purple. We got a red, and we got a purple, but I can't afford it quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in. Increase the ally hero's damage and healing, which is good for our entire composition. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and just float to level 20. If we get like big offers for us, we're good to go, but we want to build up back our economy as we are kind of in the middle of the pack right now, which is good for us. I think this composition might be good. I think it might have some potential. Definitely have to roll well on our augments, but we're working on that. Okay. Damage coming forward. Good pops. It's so funny that I want Spider-Man to die instantly and now he's not dying. How funny is that? He actually did 230 damage. Hilarious. Okay. Round 9 protocol. Let's grab that bad boy. We can grab this one. We'll be over 20 on the next one. And then we just chill. So now we have 8% on purples coming in. And then once we get to our 20s, we'll have our legendaries rolling in. The legendaries are where we make the big plays. In particular, we'll be wanting the respawns, as we showed in our last video, but in case you missed that one. We will see them once again. Bum bum ba da dum. Hope you guys are all doing well. What do you guys think about this game for the future, by the way, if you've been watching? Do you think auto chests will continue to do well in the future, or do you think, take it or leave it? Personally, I'm kind of hoping that they put a little bit more effort into this and make it solid for the future. I think some auto chess fans, if this gets actually cleaned up really well, is pretty cool. I do like that this auto chess has the ability for every character to use their entire kit from the game, right? That is not something that you have in most auto chesses, and it's pretty unique, which I do enjoy. Okay, $17, gonna be up to 30 relatively soon. I'm kind of hoping for some bad rolls so I can go ahead and build my my buttons up, but we'll see what's offered to us. If we just focus on reds only, I have found that I can get around like 60 to 70. So you could technically get both purples and reds up to 80 if you're playing well, right?
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Alright, you do need a good economy for though, for sure. Okay, full engage. Team finds a pick. Spider-Man gets picked off. Great fight for us. So we're kind of bouncing around. Our comp definitely has some things going for it. How did you all get so good? I was born this way. Smile. Smile. Okay, health expansion, sure. Maximum health, I do want to reduce eventually, but not a big deal right now to the point where I want to sack my economy. We'll stay at 30, so we have the extra 3 coming in. Like, that is a helpful card, but I'll pick it up later on. I really want to make sure I have a booming economy for later on, so I can buy as many things as possible. My aimball to start. Alright, come on, Iron Man. I need you to have your augment show up. Friendly neighborhood, let's refresh. We do get our last stand each time a teammate is KO'd. Okay, that is the first part we want. And then we'll pick up Acorn Bowling. Good. So our comp is coming together. Now, I want one more buff for... what? Iron Man, and then probably the rest in Hela? Because these guys just want to die, right? I think that's how we want to play that. Ooh, we get a rare relatively early. We will definitely pick that up. Increased duelist damage. Yes, please. We do not care about healing suppression. Let's go ahead and actually sell those on the Vanguard. To stay over on money. 1, 2. Okay, we're at 40 bucks, which keeps us at 4 gold. And we're good to go. Let's see if we can play as greedy as possible this round. Only take what's necessary, or if we get good rare sent our way.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Okay, damage goes forward. Big shots. Hela gets a reset. Nice. Now, we do need to get Iron Man to start building up his ultimate. As you can see, we got about 40% off of that one. Now, we are kind of running over our opponents, so that feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and check out our damage numbers. Squirrel Girl is kind of carrying right now with 1,000 damage being done, and Hela as well looking pretty darn strong. Ult Charge Acceleration we do want. We do want health increment as well for each unit girl. Increase ally heroes maximum health by 25%. That will give them a chance to survive in the back line. And then, of course, we have our damage interface, which will allow for us to reduce the damage output of our opponents, which which is always good. You want to buy more time for your ultimates. We are at $40 for that, so we will chill from there. And kind of see how the game plan is coming together, right? Not too shabby. Now, reds are more important to me. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 reds, and then I have 2 of 1 support and 1 Thor, so this will be helpful, but these are less value to me, despite them helping out my team. So if I have to, I will sell purples over reds every single time.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Okay, another brawl. Big damage, big electricity. We do lose Spider-Man. Black Panther in the back line actually took out my Hela. No, Hela actually survived, just barely. Can she get a pick? Ooh, not quite. But that's all right. If you look at the health bar, I can afford to lose about, I would say 16 HP before I need to start panicking. Everyone else is spending their money like crazy. As you can see, my economy's in a better spot than theirs. So I'm just going to go ahead and play off of that. Okay, we can spend a little bit of money. Let's do so. Charge acceleration, damage enhancement. We can do one more roll, and we will actually lock this one in. We get extra health, and we get charge acceleration, and we're close to level 20, but above all, our greed is paying off quite well.
Okay. Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
All right, fight goes in once more. Iron Man finds a pick. Let's provide the heals for our teammates. Couple of resets occurring. Hela does get tangled with Venom. First ult coming out from Iron Man. He actually misses, but we're not going to talk about that. Hela is close to getting her ultimate as well. Very, very close. If she goes in the air, I think she is untargetable during it. She goes up, and if she can get a reset here, she can set Iron Man up once again for another pick. No reset, though. The healing is just too much from Luna Snow. It's Venom versus Hela in a 1v1. Wait a minute. Thor comes back because Luna got picked. And those are the resets that we are looking for, and they clutch it out. Wait a minute. Have I found a Spider-Man comp to work? Charge acceleration, health expansion. Let's roll, hoping to get one more red. Ooh, new red offer. Excuse me, I was burp there. I don't know if you guys heard that. And then we get increased duelist damage output by 20% for the first 10 seconds. Yes, please. We're going to go ahead and dip into a little bit more into our economy with the attack speed enhancement. And we are looking good now. Not too shabby. 2 more points will increase the rarity of these gold showing up, which will be good for us, as well as the purple showing up at the same time. Okay, so what are we missing in our comp right now? We need Hela to get her set up. She has 1 more available to her, and we need Iron Man to also get his damage ults. We're pretty much just running an ult composition like crazy, right? Thor and Spider-Man will continue to int for the good of the team. We appreciate you guys, and we'll want to try to find the respawn augment that we can get later on. Lightning damage. Ooh, Spider-Man actually pulled in Adam Warlock into the front line. I don't know if it'll be enough. Big damage coming in from Iron Man, but it is a bit too split there, and he gets picked off. What is the opposing team running here? Namor, Loki, Squirrel Girl. Okay, so he's got a pretty sustainable comp. I'm not going to lie to you. That's looking pretty good. Lots of purples coming our way. Let's go ahead and pick up the initial damage. Attack speed we want. Reduce ally heroes damage taken. I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. We have 20 points apiece before we can clear our red and purple, and red is more of a priority for me than purple is, and I want to stay above the 50 gold, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll play through our PvE round. We're hoping to get our Iron Man ult, which will be more AoE as well, and then, of course, more Hela buffs at the same time. Now, the biggest fear is if our front line gets cooked quickly. Actually, we want our front line to get cooked quickly. It's our back line that we're worried about. So let's go ahead and bring Loki back just a little bit to protect them. These two, if they die, we don't mind. We need just Hela to stay alive because she's pretty much the engine for this. And then, of course, Iron Man is the one that brings the damage in, right? There we go. Okay, so we do roll the proton cannon, increase ultimate ability base damage by 500 and range by 5 meters. Huge. Let's refresh. And we find the Hela upgrade. Increase Night Sword Thorn projectiles by 4. So now she's going to be splitting damage like crazy and potentially setting up those resets. So now we have our composition in full swing. Looking pretty good. And now all we gotta do is clear it out and then start keeping an eye on the opposing team. When we get to probably around top 3, we'll start looking at who we're facing off against and change our board based on it. It is a little rough. I don't really have that many changes because of where Loki being so pivotal to my composition. But we'll see how it goes. Oh my god, insane rolls for us. Definitely want to grab the extra health. Increase maximum health for our teammates. Yes. And then we'll go ahead and clear that one out. We're going to dip into 40 for that. That was a massive roll for us. Our HP just went up dramatically. I can consider getting rid of some things to clear that 50 mark. Let's look at it. Reduce enemy damage output? Sure. Let's go ahead and get this above 50 real quick. We'll remove defensive shell. Okay. It's very important to me anyways that we stay above that 50, right? Remember, if your interest is at 50, you get an additional 5 income, so that's half of an important purple, a third of a legendary, and of course, basically a free basic in the future.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
It will slowly starve out our opponents, right? Okay, couple of good picks. Iron Man at 50% on his ultimate. About to get it to 100%. He goes for the shot. Gets a couple of kills overall. 3 of them do survive, though. Fantastic damage done by them. I think Namor was kind of cooking us in total, so gotta keep an eye out for that. But you can see the vision, right? We're down to 19 HP. Increase other heroes' damage done and healing amount by 1 power with each 400 lost by an ally hero. Sure, we can pick that up. Charge acceleration, healing suppression we don't care about. Damage enhancement we do care about. We'll go ahead and grab this though just because I want to make sure that we're getting towards that spot we need. More charge acceleration. And defensive shell. Perfect. Not too shabby. We're going to go ahead and roll here and see if we can roll some big ones. We do find pre-charged energy. We're going to buy that instantly. Charge acceleration as well, and the attack speed. Going to go ahead and sack our economy a little bit here just because there's so many big upgrades. And Duelist Revive with 40% health KO. That's what we needed. Okay, so we did spend a lot of money, but we got some massive rolls for us. Massive, I'm telling you.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Okay, so now we're at a point where we might want to actually drop Thor. We'll see. I think Hela getting the respawns will be just enough for us. Squirrel Girl bringing in some good AoE damage over on the side. Spider-Man dives in once again. And look at that. That fight was done in about 10 seconds, and look how quick Iron Man almost built up to his ultimate. That's wild, dude. We're looking pretty good in that regard. Okay. So now it's very important for me to try and just sustain off of this as much as I can. Oh my god, if we get more ability energy, we'll pick it up. Bam, we'll buy that. Defensive shell, healing suppression. We can go ahead and pick that up, but I think I'm actually going to sell my healing suppression. Do I have one already? No, I don't. Okay, we're chilling on that. We're chilling. Do I want to spend the money? I'm at 9 already. We're going to get plus 15, which will put me at 24. If I spend that, that'll put me at 19. Let's wait it out. We'll wait it out. We're at 19 HP. I need to survive and buy as many big power spikes as I can. And I still really want my red available to me, right? Let's bring a Squirrel Girl here on the left. I'd rather her get focused over Iron Man. If she dies, it's fine. She'll be able to respawn back and keep providing those acorns. Big healing damage. Hela finds a pick. Adam Warlock going for a respawn. We do have Hulk in the back line, but he's immediate deleted there. And look at that. Our damage is looking good enough where we don't even need ults. Big cleanup from Hela. If we look at our damage numbers, Hela's doing fantastic. 2,000 damage in particular for the team. In second place is actually Iron Man with 600 and Spider-Man at 400. Weird that Spider-Man's actually being way more effective in this comp compared to the last build. Free throw, increase ally heroes damage and healing. Sure, we'll pick that up. That costs 10, but we like it. We'll grab damage enhancement as well. And we're going to go ahead and leave this one alone. We're trying to get our economy up, but we're rolling really good things.
Okay. Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Okay, into another battle we go. Lightning bolts. Wow, Venom actually pushed Thor into the healing, so he stayed alive. He's holding that front line. Hela going up for an ultimate. This should be able to help her get her some resets. Iron Man shoots, gets a couple of picks. Spider-Man actually ulted. Love to see it. And with that, we get a couple of picks. Both Iron Man and Hela doing fantastic cool damage there. Total of 6k between the two. Okay, health expansion. Increase our max HP. We're currently on a win streak. Do I care? Do I care enough? 33, 23. Let's do it. Let's go down to 23 here. That'll put us at 40, and we're in PvE. Okay, so PvE is curious. What do I want to pick up? Probably a Loki augment to try and keep him alive longer, or provide healing, or at least on respawn, is another one. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see what's offered to us. Because Hela, Squirrel Girl, and Iron Man all have their kits. Spider-Man augments do not mean anything, so I'm going to avoid that one. In my testing, it seems like he just kind of dies. That's what he's here to do. A feast for my crows! Okay, final illusion. Let's go ahead and pick that up on Loki and refresh one more time, and we find the other Loki as well. Okay, so Loki's got some bigger heals. In terms of augments, let's go ahead and read that for you guys. Final illusion, reduce doppelganger, which is his E cooldown by 9 seconds, increase the maximum number of illusions to 2, and boost healing coefficient by 50%. So more clones he has in the field, the better. And he can have a total of 2, but he's also providing a lot of heals. Reduce regeneration domain, which is a shift, that big circle, and increase the force field core health by 100. So making it harder for it to die, so his backline should be able to live a little bit longer. Pre-charge energy is what we want. We pick that up, and we're going to go ahead and commit to this 40 here so we get more rares in the future. And we might as well go ahead and get this picked up too. Cool. So unless I have a rare pop up, I'm not going to buy any more purples, and I'm probably in fact going to sell purples that show up to me that are low in value if I find some higher value ones, right? I want to get my red done because I have mostly a lot of DPSs on the field. And in terms of positioning, we are in the top 2. We need to be in top 3 in order to get a win, and we're looking like we can pretty much do that well. Don't eat my Cheetos, TrikSlyr. Nom. Okay. We lost Thor immediately. Spider-Man goes in the back line, but he should respawn, and he sure does. Iron Man gets off a shot. Oh, but gets taken out at the last second. Not good for him. We do see Squirrel Girl cleaned up as well. Loki trying to hide. Ouch! I guess he's better than us. Oh my god. We got destroyed. We're down to 10, and technically we can be knocked out here. That is actually very possible, so we need to be careful. In fact, we're probably going to spend all of our money here. And we'll be able to get a 40 because of it. Let's go ahead and sell some things that we don't care about. Let's sell that one. And this one's going to be worth 2 points. Let me sell one more. Grab that boy, and we're still at the 40. Okay. So we do hit 40, which gives us an increase in damage across the board, and we do get a build up on all of our units here, as you will be able to get both healing, damage, etc., all increased.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Okay. Thor gets deleted immediately here. Iron Man's able to ult. He finds a big hit. Hela goes in the air, and she should start respawning a couple of targets here. Ooh, but Adam Warlock ulting as well. But Iron Man's got him caught, and he'll find the pickoff. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how it's done. GG, don't forget to sub. Okay, so at this point, we're at $20. We do know our opponent currently is spending his money. I'm going to go ahead and wait for one more round before I buy anything here. I don't want to roll. I'm going to play a little bit greedy here and then try to go for a couple rolls. There is one thing in particular I want to find, and that's the ultimate resets having a chance to not proc, right? If I could have Hela or Iron Man ult a couple of times, or even Squirrel Girl, we're going to be in a great position. Other than that, we're just kind of floating and waiting for it to go. Now, our opponent, if we look over to them, they are running a couple of tanks in the front line and some healers in the back line, looking for some reses.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
So we're hoping that we can get them picked off relatively quickly. Thor runs in and gets deleted immediately here. Hela in the air. Big shot coming in from Iron Man. He will clean out the 3 in the front line. Hela shelling down as well. Iron Man keeping up the firepower as multiples keep dying off. The shields are enough. He comes in for a big shot. He's going to clear out 3 of them. And then, of course, with Adam Warlock bringing in more targets, we are going to snowball them hard. Would you look at that? They're going to take a massive amount of damage here. I don't think we're going to take the lead here. Only 10 damage in total for wiping their entire team. Charge acceleration we do want. Reserve armor is great as well. Let's pick that up, and then we're going to go ahead and sell some things that we don't need. Reduced damage taken. We're going to go ahead and sell 1 and 2 of those, staying at the 40 mark, and then we're at $33. All right, so we'll go back into our one-on-one here once again. I'm going to bring Spider-Man over here on the far left and see if we can get him to dive their back line quicker. I don't really care if he gets a kill or anything, but I would like him to be effective. And then I'm also going to bring Thor back here because Venomon's kind of running straight on in, and if Venom can push Thor into this healing, that could be good for us.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
Okay, let's see how the fight goes. Spider-Man did pull in Adam Warlock, putting some damage on him. Actually doing kind of okay. He goes for an ultimate. Good job, Spider-Man. Iron Man cleans up really well. We take out Thor in the middle of the sky. Squirrel Girl squirrels are bouncing around. A huge whale comes in. 2 whales popping. Oh my gosh. Them whales were fantastic, but the damage and the respawns might just be too much. The opposing team gets wiped. And I think with that, we are going to be taking a lead. Yes, we do. 10-6. And looking into his econ, he's currently at 30. Ooh, infinite drive is what we're looking for. Duelists have a 40% chance to not consume energy. We love that. Let's pick up the reserve armor as well. Grabbing our damage interference, reducing enemy damage output, which will be good for us. And let's go ahead and sell a couple of purples that we don't need. Charge acceleration we do want. Attacks we want. Health expansion. Let's go ahead and get rid of 2 of those. Okay, we're staying over 30 HP. And now we're pretty much down to the wire in this match. Let's go ahead and check out our opponents, see if they're changing out their positioning. They are. They put Loki in position to get pulled out. That's actually pretty good for us. I think if I pull him out, Adam Warlock will not be getting the heals.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
And we'll see how that pays off. Here we go. Shocking damage going out. Getting our heal at the last second. We did have Thor destroyed in the back line. Big shot coming in from Iron Man. Adam Warlock was able to drop his ultimate.
Pulse charge.
Does he have enough to get the kill here? It's looking like it, and they are actually going to be able to survive. And I actually get completely wiped. I take second place. I should have bought. GG. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm glad you're all enjoying the auto chess. I will see you guys next time.